Imagine this is the first relatively quiet morning the people here have had in over a month. It's been over a month since this crisis began, since those extremists laid siege on the center of the city. And from here, we're at the provincial capital. Normally, every morning you would hear the pounding of airstrikes against those extremists, not very far from here, a few kilometers from where we are standing. But today, it is quiet. The government has decided to temporarily halt its offensive against the terrorists as a gesture of respect and deference to the celebration of Eid al-Fitr, which marks the end of the holy month of Ramadan. It was very moving on our way here to see the people coming out of their temporary shelters, dressed in their traditional Muslim attire, to go to their mosques. It is what we would say, if you will, their equivalent of being in their Sunday best, despite the circumstances, coming to the mosques and offering their prayers. And it was also very moving to see them, some of them, break down during those prayers. Even the imam, we witnessed him. His name is Ansari Abdul Malik. As he was giving his sermon, he couldn't help but get emotional. We talked to him after the service, and he was saying that he was praying that God would enable the people of Marawi to stay strong, remain strong, and for the crisis to finally end, that the terrorists would be defeated. And then he also told us that he exhorted his brothers and sisters, the Muslims, to emulate the forebears in their faith, Moses, Muhammad, who all went through persecution for their faith but emerged triumphant. He also warned them, cautioned them to shun extremism because it does not represent true Islam. Here are the words of Ansari Abdul Malik.
Uhog nilang palakihin ang pangyayari ito. Halimbawa, itong mangyayari sa Marawi, ito ay parang apoy na maliit, na huwag yung mga tao na na-displace, huwag silang sumama sa mga tao na may ideology na ganitong ideology, na mga extremist. Kasi tayong dito sa Pilipinas, dapat manatili tayo na lahat ng mga Muslim, irespeto ang kapwang tao sa Pilipinas.
We have a few hours left to this relative quiet. The government said that its humanitarian pause will last until 2 this afternoon. That unless the terrorists lay attacks, unless if in any way the security of the people here are threatened, then the government says, the armed forces says, they will not hesitate to resume their offensive. Mai.
Very moving pictures there, JC, and many civilians still. We saw them coming out for prayers today. When you talk to them, what are their concerns still?
We spoke with a lady here. She works for the provincial capital, and she was in a very jolly mood. You see, Eid al-Fitr marks the end of the month of fasting, so it is a day of celebration. And the people were saying they're very happy because there's so much food going around. There was festivity despite what's really the larger picture that is going on here in Marawi. So they say they are taking this opportunity to brighten their spirits because they know that there will be difficult days ahead for them.